Hey guys, welcome back to Jujus Oracle. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Today's message is going to be a channel message for the collective. First off, I want to go over some channel messages that I've been getting lately. So if you look on my community board, I did see I got a sign. I got the infinity symbol. I saw that it was like a whole bunch of like cable wires that were in the shape of an infinity symbol or a sideways 8. And as you guys know, we are currently in the year 2024. Also, let me go ahead and say Happy New Year to you guys, because this is my first upload of the new year. I'm going to try to be a lot more consistent. I have actually flushed out anything that I was currently working on, so I'm starting over. I don't know if that's just my Virgo moon, but I just want to start fresh. I'm feeling very confident. I'm feeling really good. I'm in a good space, and I'm ready to really help the collective uncover hidden truths about yourselves and about what may be going on in your surroundings, what you need to know, what God is trying to, help you do with your path in order for you to ascend and level up and create peace on earth for yourself, heaven on earth for yourself and others. So I'm dealing with a collective of winnowers. A channel message, a word that I got in the Hebrew dictionary is winnowing, which basically means to separate the wheat from the chaff, which I'm going to look it up and see what exactly that scripture was, where that, idea or the word, what scripture it comes from, because God basically speaks about separating the wheat from the chaff in the Bible. And a lot of people use that too, and I have used it in my workings also in the past, where I have said that God is going to be separating the wheat from the chaff in terms of people, in terms of souls, in terms of missions, in terms of, who will be part of this new earth and who's not going to be part of this new earth. And that has everything to do with what we have been reaping and what we are going to be sowing, which again, it's 2024, which is the year of the 8. And I got plenty of confirmation with that. Also, another channel message that I am getting is that, God is really calling for the collective, for everybody to face their fears, to do the shadow work, to look into why they have certain fears, why they fear certain things. Is this coming from you, or is this coming from society, etc., etc.? Because I've been being visited by the primordial mothers, and just really getting more in tune with Gaia, Mother Earth, healing the mother wounds that I have, any wounds that I have with trusting other women, with trusting myself, trusting my femininity, trusting in my intuition, right? Really connecting with that part of me. And self-care, self-love, that has been something that the universe God has actually been helping me with, opening doors and opportunities to experience that more. And as well as fun and tapping back into my inner child, right? So you kind of have to make yourself open for these experiences, for the universe and for God to conspire with you, conspire with the universe, conspire with people who are also tapped in to, give you certain opportunities, want to gift you certain things, want to buy things for you, right? And it's gonna seem like a miracle to you, but it's just really that you're in alignment. There is going to be a lot of confirmation, synchronicities, messages that you guys are going to receive, it could be from a spiritualist such as myself, who delivers messages and channels energies and things like that, or it could just be something that you start to see, right? Because what I put the intention out for my channel is to also help the collective that taps into my energy receive miracles and start to open their eyes, their third eye, and their heart space to the miracles that are happening all around you guys, right? Because that's something that I have been able to do for myself. And I'm getting a lot of energy here, again, in regards to home. This could be family, this can be ancestors. I can have a lot of Cancers that watch my channel. You could be a Cancer. The people that you deal with can be a Cancer, or this can just be family, generational trauma, or generational, aspects within your life that we are dealing with here, that God is really asking for us to look at. I know that has been something for myself as well. And definitely that mothering energy, the mothering healing, the feminine side, because again, like I said, I've been getting visited by the primordial mothers and Mother Earth. We have to get in tune with ourselves so that we can understand and really respect other women, respect femininity in its entirety, and respect the earth, because Mother Earth is a mother, so it is a female energy. It is able to regenerate, it is able to birth, it is able to create, it is intuitive, it is filling, it is nurturing, it is all of those things. But when you don't respect it, it can be the complete opposite of those things. It can destroy you, it can be emotional, it can be turbulent, right? And unpredictable, right? So I'm just gonna go ahead and hop into the cards. I feel like that's all that I have for collective messages so far, other than, you know, really just tapping into femininity and doing that shadow work. So what I feel like Spirit wants us to work on here is we have the courtship card, which again is ruled by the number 4. So again, Cancer energy, family, earthly, not earthly, motherly energy, maybe even working with your root chakra, that is the first chakra in your chakra system, which rules your family traumas and like money, how you handle money, stability, those types of things. And I definitely feel like there is a lot of healing that needs to be done there, because this is what's going to ground you. This is what's going to root you. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with root work, if any of you guys are familiar with any generational root work, any generational hexes, curses that may have been implanted on your family, whether this was done with a cauldron, an actual witch that knew that they were practicing witchcraft and doing magic upon you and your bloodline and your family. It didn't have to necessarily happen to you for you to still be carrying that residue, right, in your life, and still be carrying out that karma. And a lot of this karma, a lot of this residue that God is asking you to heal instead of ignore, is what's going to actually help you to release those blockages, release those fears, and understand that, oh, those are just fears from the past trauma that I've gone through, or the past trauma that my ancestors have gone through. And it's going to give you that courage in order for you to hone into your intuition, your abilities, and what is actually offered and capable to you. Because a lot of the things that people feel like they can't do or are not available to them is because they have fears around what will happen if, you know, this situation or this thing becomes available to them, right? This could be something like having kids. I know a lot of people in this generation, and not like the younger generations, in the younger generations as well, but they still have time to really think about that and do their healing work. But I see a lot of people who are in my generation. I'm 29. Well, I'll be 29 this year, around my age, and like even older than me, who don't have kids, who have fear around having kids because of the way the economy is, because of the way society is, and things of that nature. And God is really calling us to hone into our faith, right? Why do you think that society has anything to do with the way that your family will turn out, or the way that your kids will turn out, or the way that, you know, X, Y, and Z is going to turn out for you? Why do you let these things, why do you let these constructs, why do you let these blockages keep you from living a full life, if that's something that you truly desire within, right? And if it's something that you truly feel like you don't desire, you need to maybe take a look into that to figure out why, right? Is somebody taking your power somewhere that is making you, that is influencing you to make these decisions or to not go down certain pathways? It could also be just the idea of having a family, of having a partnership, of having somebody come in and court you, or courting somebody else, right? The devil wants there to be blockages. The devil wants there to be excessive pride to the point where there cannot be any success there. When you have too much pride, you don't move. You feel like you're too good to make a move. And if this is happening on both ends of the spectrum, within the divine feminine and the divine masculine, within ourselves and in other people, then these are going to be courtships. These are going to be relationships that are unsuccessful, or that cannot even come together at all. This doesn't even have to be just about romantic relationships. This can be about collaborations of any form. This can also be about you collaborating with yourself, you actually getting in tune with yourself and your desires outside of what society may look like, outside of the fears that you may have behind what's going on in the world today, what's going on with so-and-so that you know what I mean? So we have the courtship card, we have the home card, number 35, we have the courage card, number 30, and we have the evil queen, you deserve sugar, not salt. So again, this is just reiterating the fact that, you know what it is that you deserve. You're really being called to have the courage to take a look into yourself, to do that shadow work. That is a form of shadow work, to look into your desires. Why do I desire these things? Is this coming from my true innate desires, or is this coming from what society says is cool, what society says is safe to do, and so on and so forth? Because when you tap into the latter, that is, being of the world, right? And God really is against that. God wants you to talk to him. God wants you to come to him. Or if you don't believe in God, the universe, ask something up that is, above you, above anything that you can see, touch, feel, and hear within this 3D realm, right? Don't check in with that to get your answers. You have to check in with yourself. You have to check in with your soul, your heart, your mind. And that's really how you're going to connect to divinity, how you're going to connect to Mother Earth, how you're going to connect to the universe, how you're going to connect to God, whatever it is that you call it, that 5D and beyond consciousness that's going to give you the answers that you truly seek and that are going to make a difference in your life the way that is meant for you in your path. And to clarify, the courtship ruled again by the number 4, Cancer energy, family energy. We got the lovers. So you could be a Gemini. You could be dealing with a Gemini. You could be dealing with a decision. This could also be about decisions. It doesn't have to be about a love relationship. But Spirit again wants to talk about, love relationships or the decisions that you're making in general, in regards to collaborations, the opportunities that you feel like are available to you, because a courtship is any type of relationship that you foster or that is being fostered with you and another person or entity, being whatever idea that is being nurtured, that is being taken care of, that is being courted, right? When you think of courting somebody, you think of taking them out on dates or whatever the case is, getting to know one another, right? So we got the Strength and we got the Knight of Pentacles here. So you could be dealing with a Sagittarius or a Cancer, Virgo, Capricorn. Not Cancer, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Leo, a Sagittarius, Aries, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Gemini, Aquarius. And to clarify the lovers here in the courtship card, I got the Page of Wands, Justice in reverse, 2 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Swords. So not really a good energy. It could be something with the law here as well, or some type of injustice here that, this could be something that you could be manifesting yourself as well, because when it comes to blockages without us or that are outside of us, there has to be first a blockage within us. There has to be a way that you are not standing in your power, a way that you are not giving yourself justice or not allowing for justice to be created for you. You need to maybe empower yourself a little bit more, speak a little bit more, speak a lot more positively over your life, over your situation, over what you believe can happen in your life, and so on and so forth, because there's just a sense of being settling, of being okay with hearing about injustice in your life, with being okay about hearing, what can be stolen from you or what can be taken from you or what can't be accessed by you, and trying to just balance that out. But Spirit, God is saying that, you should not live in a state of fear. You should not, you deserve sugar, not salt. You deserve to have justice in your life. So I definitely feel like what you're being called to have strength in regards to is any sudden upheavals, any sudden realizations or revelations that you may have had in the past or that you may be currently having, especially when it comes to any collaborations that were not for your highest and greatest good, that did not work out in the past or that will not work out in the future. Just have strength, continue to carry out your purpose, continue to, be positive and move forward. And do that self-reflection, take time out for yourself. Anytime that you need to, take a step back and go into hermit mode, do that. Spirit is also pointing out, any times in the past where you had to be in a King of Swords or Queen of Swords energy, where you had to be very logical, very cutthroat, maybe even bitchy or an a-hole, some may call it, but you just had to really have boundaries, and you may have did it to the point where you tried to control everything around you or control situations. And Spirit is just saying, remember how, even during those times when you felt like you did everything right, you dotted your I's and you crossed your T's, how that still created revelations, or how that still made a judgment call on you in regards to, you can't control other people. You can't control what happens outside of you. You can't control what's going to happen, tomorrow with the weather. You can't control what's going to happen in the next 80 years. You can't control what's going to happen in the next 2 years. So, it's in your best decision to move forward and to do things that are going to bring you fulfillment, and to do things that are going to bring you to a state to where you have sovereignty and power over your choices, over the life that you've created, over what job you work at, your business, the things that are going on around you, right? But that's also understanding that you can only control what it is that you can control, and that really stops at you and the way that you think and the way that you handle things and the way that you feel about things, and really doing that shadow work, right? Listening to your intuition when you need to. And I don't know why Spirit is taking me back to that winnower energy. So like, instead of being like in the King or Queen of Swords energy, that Libra, Taurus, or that Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energy, that sword energy, we're being called, or you're being asked to be more in a Taurus, Libra energy, where Venus is aspected, where love is also aspected, where femininity is also aspected, where, whether you're a male or a woman, you understand the masculine and feminine within yourself, and you are able to step into your power, but you also understand, the power of others, and you're able to lead others from a balanced space, from a space to where you've done your shadow work and you truly move forward. So you have a different perspective, you have a higher perspective, you have more love, compassion for other people, for your situation. And that's really what's going to bring justice to the situation. Because again, like I said, how they use it in scripture and how I've used it in the past, separating the wheat from the chaff, or being a winnower, is being able to separate impurities from purities, or being able to take something that is impure and separate the purity from it and only focus on the good. You are able to, experience, and about the bad. You don't forget about the bad, but you just choose to focus on the good. You choose to be a leader. You choose to be forthright. You choose to have a higher perspective. Also, to clarify the courtship card, we got the Hanging Man in reverse. And to clarify that, we got the Queen of Cups and the Five of Swords. So I definitely feel like, in the past, you may have been through a cycle of healing where you felt like holding off or holding on to your loving energy was a form of self-care, or a form of healing, a way for you to get justice, a way for you to, win at all costs, a way for you to not necessarily compete with others, but show them, I'll show you. And it may have translated to you also. It just may have turned into something a little bit darker or a little bit negative, Spirit is saying. So definitely make sure that you are doing things from a form of self-care, from a place of self-worth, from a place of love at all times, even towards your enemies, even towards those who wish to harm you or who don't want good for you, because this is coming from a place of lack. This is coming from those low vibrational feelings of shame, guilt, and fear from, things that you are not aware of, or things that may have happened in the past that you did not know of, and you just don't want to experience that again. But being in the Five of Swords, trying to win at all costs, trying to one up other people, or waiting on other people's downfall, waiting for somebody to trip so that you feel like you can get ahead, that type of energy is going to forever have you longing and waiting for some type of wish fulfillment, some type of emotional fulfillment, because that is a fleeting energy, and that is not an energy where you should actually even be getting emotional fulfillment. I see where there was a judgment call or a revelation in regards to you being in that type of energy and getting confidence from being in third parties, or from engaging in energy that is beneath you, that is really low vibrational, or that is ego based, that is not purposeful. It may be giving you confidence in some of your lower chakras. That may be giving you confidence, and may be giving you, but it's a false sense of bravado, a false sense of importance and bravado. This may be situations where you found yourself in third parties, or in situations where you are betraying somebody else, or you are being betrayed by a person who you trusted. And it may have been like passionate, sexual, something that was ego based, something that was very surface level. And it may have fed those lower vibrational aspects, or that shadow side within you that made you feel pretty or handsome or sexy or purposeful. But, it wasn't a good choice, and it created a judgment call. It created, different situations where you had to realize, okay, this is not for my highest and greatest good. This is not really doing anything for my confidence, for my forward movement, for my ascension, for my relationship with the divine, for my relationship with other women, my relationship with other men, my relationship with myself. My inner child is hurting. I'm just not healing right now. And that was the judgment call. And you really had to break yourself down or break your heart. This realization could have broken your heart, because a lot of times we go through situations when we are already in a space of feeling heartbreak or trying to avoid heartbreak. And we try to avoid that tower, that revelation, and we find ourselves in a cycle, in another relationship, another situation, another job that is not for our highest and greatest good. So after we finally do what we should have done in the first place and do that healing, have that realization, do that shadow work, it's like kind of like a betrayal to yourself, but it's really not, because it's going to help you. It's for you at the end of the day, and that's going to bring you fulfillment. That's going to bring you a lot of happiness in the long run. Because doing these revelations, having prayer, meditating, getting in tune with yourself, getting in touch with yourself, healing your inner child, all of these things, healing these mother wounds, these father wounds, they're not to call you out or anything, but they're to bring things to the surface so that you can heal them, and so that you can move forward, so that you can have a different wiring in your brain and in your heart on how you react to things, which are triggered to, and so on and so forth. So it's really for you. This card that we got out here is the Pathway card, which is the number 35. So that number could be significant, or the number 8 could be significant. Butterflies could be significant. And I'm also getting energy about like lightning bolts. So that could be like a power power symbol for you guys. But I don't know what that is about, what I'm getting that for. But nevertheless, this pathway, I'm getting the energy that, you guys could have been doing reflection, like looking back at old pictures, or looking back at old statuses, or looking back at your old profile pictures, or your old profile, your old MySpace profile, something like that. Just going back down memory lane and looking at these different cycles that you found yourself in, where again, you could have been part of, different cliques or family patterns, family situations, or cliques, or even cults, even that were not for your highest and greatest good, that brought a lot of confusion, that stopped your forward movement, that stopped whatever it is that confused you or distracted you on whatever it is that you were working on. And that could be the energy that I'm getting, to where like you feel like you're going into a place, or you're entering into a connection to focus on one thing, to do one thing. This could be to love somebody, or to work, collaborate, and they have something else totally planned for you, for this organization, for this relationship, for whatever. Seeing how, you have really transitioned, how you have really transformed because of these situations, because of these cycles, and no longer being, blindfolded to the truth of these situations, and of the truth of these cycles, these pathways that you had to walk down in the past. You also may be looking at the different ways in which it has made you distorted in your femininity or your masculinity, but I'm definitely getting femininity, mother energy here. If you're a male, take it as it resonates. It could also be that you're doing this realization about your mother, or about your baby's mother, or about, why you view women in a distorted way. Take it as it resonates. But nevertheless, you are taking a look back, and you see how far you have come. You've seen the transformation. Again, butterflies could be a spirit animal for you at this time, or caterpillars. If you see those, ladybugs, that can definitely be a sign that you are going through a transformation. And, it's not just about, because we also have the have faith in the how teachable are you card. And the have faith card is the number 22. So that could be significant. And then we got the number 9 here. You could be a life path 9. Also, we have the villain. You can always rewrite the story, 38. So again, you may have, been the villain in a lot of people's stories in the past, from their perspective, and also from your perspective. But Spirit is saying that is coming from a space of shame and guilt. It's okay for you to realize where you have been wrong in the past, and also how you've been wronged in the past. But Forgiveness is for you. It truly is for you. And also when you're being called to forgive yourself, you need to also be able to forgive yourself and move forward. And I'm hearing the term love don't live here no more. So love, just loving in general, loving people. This could be family relationships, friendships, intimate relationships. Loving people could have, burdened you so much in the past that you transitioned to a space, you rose from the ashes, but you feel like love don't live here no more. And Spirit is really calling you to have faith. How teachable are you? Have you learned from these lessons, or did these lessons really get the best of you? Is it that you are not, that love doesn't live here anymore, or are you no longer capable of love? And in that sense, Spirit is kind of like teasing you guys, like, don't be a loser. You're not a loser like these people. Or these situations, or these, perspectives that you had to be in cycles with that, turned out to be distractions and were not for your highest and greatest good. You're not meant to be like that. You're not meant to be affected by that. It was simply meant to show you a lesson, to show you what it is that you have to offer so that you can move forward and get what it is that is for your highest and greatest good, what is on your frequency. I also see here with the Have Faith card that you have been able to be logical and balanced in your emotions. You have been able to balance out yourself. You have been able to work with the universe even during the times, and work with God even during the times where you didn't feel like anyone was on your side, where you didn't feel like you had the support, the help that you needed, or the guidance that you needed. Even during those times when you were going through realizations that were heartbreaking, when you were being backstabbed, betrayed, or you realized that you've backstabbed and betrayed yourself in certain ways, you have been able to come up with different ideas, creations, innovative ways to move forward that would bring you fulfillment, that you felt like would bring you fulfillment. Spirit is just saying that, sometimes these may be thoughts, these may be ideas that are coming from a more toxic place, that are coming from a more darker space, that are coming from a space of fear, a space of, whatever it is that could have been looming. I'm hearing looming over your bloodline, looming over your, generation, or whatever the case is. That's for you to decide, but it could have caused you to have a dark night of the soul, or go within to the point where it was kind of, like I said earlier, it was kind of imbalanced. It was kind of where you became like your own worst enemy in a way, where everything was all about you holding your emotions and only giving emotions to yourself. But this doesn't have to resonate for all of you guys. It could just be something else in regards to, you may have had to do this with certain people. You may have had to do this, with certain relationships that were not for your highest and greatest good. But that doesn't mean that, you're walking into a cycle where you have to open up your heart space. You have to open up your mind to new relationships, to new ideas, to new perspectives, to new people, because everything is not going to be how it was in the past. Yes, Spirit is trying to move you forward. There could be travel involved. There could be money involved, opportunities where you get to travel, opportunities where you get to meet new people, and you can't have the same perspectives, you can't have the same trauma and trust issues from people in the past, especially if you have, claimed to healed and, I've done the shadow work and this and that. You want to be open to these new opportunities. You want to continue to move forward. For the Have Faith, to clarify this pathway card, the number 22, well, we're clarifying the Three of Swords. So we're clarifying this heartbreak card that could be, affecting your faith with this pathway. Your faith with your pathway thus far. This could be your faith with your pathway moving forward, or your faith with your pathway in the past, right? And I'm feeling that it has to obviously have something to do with the past, because if you don't feel like you've been protected in the past, it's going to be a lot harder for you to move forward feeling protected, or in the knowing that you're protected, because you don't have that knowing. But anyway, Spirit is here to debunk your thoughts through me. But no, you got the Hierophant here to confirm. And the Hierophant literally is a higher power. That's Spirit, that's the universe, that's God. It could be a relationship, a higher commitment, whatever. It can be an opportunity here. But I'm definitely feeling like this is Spirit that is fighting on your behalf here with the Five of Wands. We got the Hierophant and the Five of Wands. So that is, a higher power that is fighting for you. That is a higher power that is, handling any competition, any conflict, anything that has been sent your way thus far. And to clarify the Hierophant, I got the Knight of Wands in reverse and the Wheel of Fortune. So the Knight of Wands in reverse was just literally out here with that energy that I was speaking about, that, a lot of the collective was in when it comes to the Knight of Wands in reverse is childish, is not focused, is very all over the place in their desires and their plans and what they're passionate about. They have a lot of energy, but they go towards things very scattered, in a scattered, very childlike way. And so it's a lot harder for them to, be grounded in anything, to be passionate about anything. It's one thing to say that you have a lot of passion. You might have a lot of energy. You might be young. You might, have all these talents and everything. But if you're not actually grounded, if you're not actually thinking before you make a decision, if you're not actually thinking before moving, or if you're moving from a place of lack or lust or lower vibrational energy, then that's what, people can grow and learn in their in their ignorance. So that's how people can go from, that's how you have these arcanas like the Knight of Wands in reverse that can then grow, that can, get more powered up and then become the King of Wands in reverse, which the King of Wands in reverse is obviously a king. So they have more materials, they have more under their belt, they might have a lot more knowledge and wisdom, but that doesn't mean that they're not ignorant. That doesn't mean that they're not, able to keep their D in their pants. That doesn't mean that they're not, you know what I mean? So that's that energy. And the Hierophant is being clarified by that, because that's something that God is really here to help you have faith in regards to. And the Wheel of Fortune, that's a major arcana. That means destiny, fate. That means a change of destiny, a change of fate. And to get that, to clarify the Hierophant, that just basically means that everything is in God's will, when God wants it to be done, in divine will. And so to clarify the Knight of Wands in reverse for the Hierophant and the Three of Swords, we got the Seven of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. And that Knight of Wands energy in reverse is this energy, is, being Seven of Wands is an energy of fighting, of having resistance, having people who you feel like you have to protect yourself from, being used to protecting yourself from adversary, protecting yourself from negativity, and so on and so forth. But there's the Ace of Pentacles and the King of Cups right behind that. So Spirit is really going to help you with that. And again, you can be this King of Cups. You can be a masculine energy that's watching this. So this can be a Queen of Cups. There's certain energies, there's certain perspectives and energies and opportunities that you may be blocking yourself from, that Spirit is really here to help you understand. No, you're blocking this because of this betrayal, this heartbreak, right? You're blocking this because of whatever situation, and he's going to turn that around with the Wheel of Fortune here. And we got the Wheel of Fortune clarified by the Magician and the Queen of Cups. So literally we got the King of Cups and we got the Queen of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune, destiny, fate, being clarified by the Magician and the Queen of Cups. Magician is literally magic. Magician is literally miracles happening for you, right? The Magic card here with the Spirit card, anything can happen. God has the final say. It's God's will, it's God's destiny. And if you are this Queen of Cups, if you are loving, caring, upright, if you are nurturing, if you are all of these things, it doesn't matter what happened in the past on your pathway. Do you have faith? Can you have faith that this Three of Swords can be turned around? This lack of passion, this lack of direction, this lack of sustenance, I'm hearing, can be turned around in your favor. Do you have faith that miracles can work in your favor? Do you have faith that you can meet the woman of your dreams? Do you have faith that you can meet the man of your dreams, that you can meet, or that you can be the man of your dreams, that you can be the woman of your dreams, that you feel like you were destined to be? Okay. And the Five of Wands was clarified by the Two of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. And we got the Two of Pentacles that came out here earlier with the Queen of Swords, which was, pretty much letting you know that Spirit has been seeing you be logical, balancing your emotions, think of ways to ascend, just be very, there had to be times where you couldn't always be emotional. You had to really, you couldn't You had to push your emotions to the back burner because other people may have been pushing your emotions to the back burner, right? This is a collective that, you know, you may be very involved in your emotional space. You may be sensitive, you're empaths and all of these things, but life quickly humbled us to have us realize that you can't be emotional with everybody. You can't have your heart on your sleeve in every situation that you go into, right? Some situations are going to call for you to be more logical, to be more cunning, and not in a negative way, not in a way where you're trying to manipulate and trying to get one over on other people. But again, we have seen the Five of Swords, we've seen the Seven of Swords, and these are cycles, these are relationships, these are situations that we had to go through to really navigate our own energies and learn how we can be of our highest and greatest good, connect our highest selves with our shadow selves, with our egos, and learn how to deal with people, learn how to be people but really learn the psychology of people and places and how you should deal with them. You might be a manager, you might be a leader of some sort, and you need to know these things. You need to know how to navigate with different people. You need to know how to speak to different people to get your message across. So I'm seeing here that, you know, this chaos, this Five of Wands energy, this drama, chaos, conflict, all of this stuff, you've been able to navigate it in the past, and that has been Spirit that has been helping you with the Two of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. I clarified the Queen of Pentacles by pride and home. So for a lot of you guys, you may have had to, like I said, this ego may be something that was at one point, it was here to help you. It was definitely a form of self-protection. You were still able to, you may have grown up in a very chaotic environment, or you may have been, like I said, there was cycles where you have had to deal with people trying to come up against you, people trying to tell you who you were, people trying to tear you down, people trying to mess with your money, mess with your stability, and so on and so forth, mess with your confidence. But Spirit has been here to help you this entire time, and your pride has still been intact. You have definitely created a fortress around yourself, around your aura, and now it's just time to really nurture that, to cleanse it, to purify it, and to move forward. So to clarify the Two of Pentacles, we got the Eight of Cups in reverse and the Fool in reverse, and these are both energies about not moving forward. These are both energies about not walking away from something, about not having a new beginning. We also got the Chariot in reverse. This is definitely a stop to any type of forward movement, but this is all to clarify an energy that is very balanced. So Spirit is definitely, you know, clapping for you guys and congratulating you guys for how you have held it down, how you have remained balanced even during those times where you were stagnant, during those times where you felt like you weren't seeing any forward movement, you couldn't move forward. You may have felt like you didn't have anything to offer. There may have been people creating circumstances around you where they could then go out and tell people, oh, she doesn't have, or he doesn't have anything to offer. They're you know, mooching off of me, or they're leeching off of me, and so on and so forth. This may be somebody in your family, because I got the Love in reverse and the family and tribe. So this definitely could be somebody in your family who was very dishonest about you, about what your energy was, about what you brought to the table. And this could be something that definitely mess with your wiring and your thoughts about how you feel about yourself, especially if this is somebody in your family who you grew up with or who raised you, that taught you this and that made you feel like there was never going to be any forward movement in your life, or that you couldn't walk away from this situation, you couldn't walk away from this person, you can't walk away from this family, whatever the case is. Yeah, their intention, their plan was to make you feel like you were the Empress in reverse with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, that you could not sustain, you could not survive without them, you could not be able to be independent or do anything on your own. There was just a lot of fake love here. It was just, you know, a lot of, you know, family first, but this family has nothing good to say about you. This family does not want the best for you. This family does not want anything good for you. But yeah, family first. Like, I'm definitely getting that type of vibe. And I said earlier something about being in a cult. So that definitely can be the energy that I was feeling there. You just had a lot of loyalty towards groups and organizations. And you might have been raised to be like that, have loyalties towards people that they don't care about you. They just care about what's best for them. Okay. So, and Spirit has definitely been saying that he has been helping you stay balanced during all of this, stay balanced during the spiritual warfare that you've been fighting, knowingly or unknowingly, right? And with the Queen of Pentacles here, we got the Strength and the King of Swords. So Queen of Pentacles energy clarified by the Strength and the King of Swords. For some of you guys, like I said, the Queen of Swords was out here in reverse, which was clarified by love in reverse, family and tribe. And now we have the King of Swords. So just because he didn't come out in reverse, I'm definitely still getting a very negative, toxic energy from this. So some of you guys definitely could have been dealing with negative, narcissistic parental figures or guardians. This could be people who you ended up, and then usually when you grow up with a narcissistic parent, you end up in at least one relationship where your partner is also a narcissist. So you guys could have dealt with, narcissistic men and women in all forms, from work to school to home to whatever, you name it. So I definitely feel like, you guys have had your ego has been pretty much built up from the time that you were a child to protect your sovereignty. And I'm also getting that God already knew this about you, that you would need this protection, you would need this fortitude, you would need this aura about you. And he already knew, Spirit already knew that this aura, this energy, your spirit was going to attract energy vampires, was going to attract people that want to drain your energy, people that want to confuse you about who you are and what you have to offer. But you would always recognize that these people, and you would always notice and recognize that these people really needed you a lot more than you needed them. Because there was always something in the back of your mind. There was always some type of message that would come through that would be secret, that you knew you would have to keep to yourself. This could even be like divine messages, like divine channeling. You could be channeling, or you could have had an imaginary friend that you spoke to that kept your spirits high, or gave you strength during your childhood or during certain time periods of your life. But nevertheless, you just always found certain ways that were secret to you, that were close to you, that a lot of people or nobody else outside of you knew about, that gave you this strength, right? And these people that wanted to bring you anxiety, that wanted to bring you sleepless nights, that wanted to have control over you, that wanted to bring unrest to you, these coping mechanisms, or these messages, these synchronicities, these meetings that you would have with the divine, with yourself, they would really backfire. They would really mirror onto these negative, low vibrational people where they were going wrong, and they would be the ones having sleepless nights. They would they would just continue to grasp for control, and and the control was over you, was over your loving energy. And that's really what made you realize, where your power really lied, because at the end of the day, these people, they are trying to get your validation, or they have always tried to get your validation in some way, shape, or form. They would always either slip up and say something in regards to how healing you are, or how loving you are, how pure you are, but it was always in a way to where it was meant to make you feel like you were less than. So it was kind of confusing. It was kind of like a conflicting energy that you received from a lot of people in your life, but it was meant to be confirmation. And again, we have the How Teachable Are You card. The Four of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles coming out for the How Teachable Are You clear, which is the number 9. The Four of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, I definitely feel like, again, this is something that you had to fight for: your sovereignty, your confidence, you to be grounded, you to feel confident within yourself, you to feel confident within your money, your stability with everything, right? And again, I'm definitely getting energy of the root chakra here. Something happened in your childhood. A lot of things could have happened in your childhood that were meant to really mess with the way that you see yourself, mess with the way you view relationships and money and stability and all of these things that can have a ripple effect into your adulthood and really mess with the trajectory of your life. But I definitely see here that God has always been in contact with you to let you know, hey, you are the Nine of Pentacles and the Empress. Don't listen to what these people are saying. You're not going to be like these losers, okay? As long as you stay connected to me, as long as you heal, as long as you pray, as long as you do your shadow work, you will not be anything like these losers. Because a lot of people in life, they get hurt, or while they're hurting, while they're at home and they're hurting and they're a child, you can't really control, a lot of things when you're a child and you're guardians are, very mean to you, or they may be abusing you, or whatever the case is. And so they grow up and they say at that moment, I'm never going to be anything like my mom and my father. And then they grow up and they actually turn out to be just like their mother and their father, in the sense that they're disrespectful, they're mean, they're narcissistic, they're sociopaths, they're psychopaths. They didn't do the healing. You can't just say that I'm not going to be like this person, I'm not going to be like this person. And a lot of the times when you say those things, but you're not cognizant, or you're not intentional on healing, on changing those patterns, on changing those behaviors that can be generationally karmic in nature, which makes it a lot harder for you to actually notice and break, then you can manifest more of the same. You can actually manifest yourself being exactly like the people who you were trying to run away from. So yeah, while people who you may have grown up with, or who may have raised you, or who you may have just come across in your lifetime upon your pathway, were dedicated to carrying out these generational curses and patterns, and betraying you, and being low vibrational, and betraying themselves and betraying others, God was, still tapping into those who seeked him. And you, my friend, are somebody who continue to stay in connection, in communion with spirit and the divine. So people who did not choose themselves, who did not choose God, who did not choose their higher self and the pathway for their highest and greatest good, they're going to see you getting blessed. They're going to see you getting opportunities. They're going to see you ascending, moving up, creating heaven on earth, getting peace, getting all of these, prosperity and all these gifts and spiritual gifts, and tapping into this and tapping into that. And they're going to wonder why it's not them. They're going to come up with different lies and rumors as to where the success is coming from, try to lie, cheat, steal, manipulate, and all of those things, just more of the same. But they too can get themselves out of karmic cycles and patterns. Again, God just wants to know, how teachable are you, and can you have faith? That's pretty much it. And we're going to clarify the villain card. You can always rewrite the story. This just goes to show that, enemies, people who have evil eye on you, people who have evil eyed you in the past, they need to know they can always rewrite their story as well. Just like you had to rewrite your story every single day of your life, where, because we all go through spiritual warfare, we all are battling our own issues and problems, on top of the fact that as a collective, we all seem to have the same issues and problems at the end of the day, because we are all connected and collective. People need to look at the bigger picture. And to clarify the Queen of Pentacles card, we got the Chariot and the King of Pentacles in reverse. So the Chariot was clarified by the Seven of Cups in reverse, and the Empress in reverse, along with the Three of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the Judgment card. So I definitely feel like Spirit is calling you to move forward with this sovereignty, with this purity, with this I don't know why I keep hearing intelligence. Like, you had to fortify a lot of intelligence. You had to integrate a lot of lessons, a lot of knowing, a lot of psychological details, a lot of mental and emotional details on your own. A lot of people in every generation have given the previous generation kudos on things, a lot of things that they don't necessarily deserve kudos on. And that's not to disrespect the ancestors, because of course I'm not disrespecting the ancestors that are of our highest and greatest good, but it's to say that we need to start, it's self-empowerment for you to know what knowledge you innately got from yourself, from God, that you carried over from previous lifetimes, and so on and so forth, because that's how you represent yourself as a king, as a queen, as a god, or as a goddess, right? As a mirror image of God, of the divine, right? You have to be able to let yourself know and integrate what it is that you've learned on your own versus what it is that, you've been taught, right? Because what we see is a lot of good people who their parents may not be the best people, and we have to be able to separate the wheat from the chaff. We have to be able to recognize when somebody who is pure is only pure, or is pure, or is succeeding because of their pureness and because of their ability to be a winnower and to winnow, because that's also going to create that separation from them and their legacy and their ascension away from those who have tried to bring them harm. right? And who will continue to do so if we as a collective, if we as a society are not able to give them as a person the ability to create space away from that environment or away from that family, away from that perspective or whatever it is. So I definitely see here that Spirit is calling us to move forward away from any distractions, away from anything that is meant to cause confusion, because He has plans, right? It is time for God's judgment, and anybody who is not upright, anybody who is not forthright, anybody who is not ready to let the illusions fall and to live in truth and to live in power and to let that be for everybody else around them, then they simply are not ready for the new earth. But the new earth is coming. You, divine one, chosen one, sensitive, empath, you have to choose which side you're going to be on, right? Because by allowing, and this is why I keep saying, by allowing people who this is why it's very important that we start to integrate and we start to realize what it is, what we know, and where that came from. Is it coming from you, or did somebody teach you this? Because, and if they did teach you this, then why is it that they're not able to apply that in their own lives? Did they really teach you, or have they just been a dictator in your life, right? We have to really get clear on these things in our families, in our organizations that we're a part of, in our own lives, all over the globe, right? And I asked Spirit, what's the judgment? And the devil came out. And that's because, like I said, it's time for the new earth. And just like God is waiting to call His people home, the devil is also waiting to call his people home. So these people, places, perspectives that are still stuck in captivity, that want to continue to run on the old timeline, that Capricorn energy, that business, material, 3D, low vibrational aspect of having people, places, and perspectives chained to organization, or chained to perspectives that don't work, or chained to negativity. That's done. But they also have to answer for what they've done, for what they've gotten from the devil, from everything that they've reaped. Again, we're in the year of the 8, the year of karma. So it's time for you to also reap what you've sown, and it's time for these people to also reap what they've sown. We got the King of Pentacles in reverse out here, and again we had the Queen of Pentacles out here. So we got the King and the Queen out here, and again only one is in reverse. So I'm seeing this in multiple ways. This could definitely be a soulmate energy. It was clarified by the soulmate card with the selling out in reverse card. And the soulmate card is the number 14. So the 14 could be significant. Valentine's Day is coming up, which is on February 14th. But nevertheless, there is going to be, again, we're in a spiritual warfare. So the forces of evil want there to be unbalance. But again, we've seen previous many times where Spirit is going to balance out anything that is meant to be balanced out. Whether people try to throw spell work, try to throw evil eye, try to, throw a monkey wrench in your plans to make things unbalanced, God is always going to provide you with what needs to be provided. Miracles are going to work in your favor. Things are going to work in your favor to where things are always going to be balanced out for you. So that nevertheless here, this could be the masculine within yourself. This could be your actual soulmate. Or this could be somebody who is supposed to be in a business partnership with you. This could be anything. Take it as it resonates. We also got the Lovers here with the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. So I definitely feel like this is a love relationship and family is involved or something like that. Or this could just be a choice that you have to make where a lot of money is involved, or you might be making a choice to turn down a lot of money with the soulmate and the selling out in reverse card. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling like there's also going to be opportunities for you. You have to use your discernment in regards to what you are saying yes to and what you are saying no to. Make sure that you use your discernment and help your spiritual soulmate, help your soul tribe make decisions for their highest and greatest good, so that they're not selling out and they're not getting into situations that are going to be third parties, that are going to be imbalanced, that are going to be distracting for them, that are going to take from them, that are going to and call it something else. Because I'm definitely getting a lot of like sneaky energy, but at the end of the day, you basically signed up for it, right? So it's like, because that's the double-edged sword when it comes to things like the Illuminati and things like that. Like, yeah, we can say somebody is in the Illuminati all we want, but who has actually, gotten repercussions for quote unquote being in the Illuminati? Nobody. All we do is we look at them as a devil worshiper, and we kind of know what it stands for, but there's not really much that the next person can really do. So I'm definitely getting some type of energy like that, to where people may want you to, or there's perspectives out here where organizations and so on that want you to sell out, but they're doing it in a way to where there may be gang stalking involved. You may be so low down bad financially or emotionally or physically or even spiritually, to where you do something that you normally wouldn't do, and people stand by and they watch you and they see that as an opportunity for them to, win big or use your energy for their plans, their agenda, and whatever the case is. And if somebody tries to stand up for you, or you try to stand up for yourself, they are able to gaslight you and say, well, you made the decision, you signed the dotted line, you're the one that wanted the money, you're the one that wanted this relationship, you're the one that wanted the position, right? So you have to be very careful and be very clear on where your morals and your values stand, because you don't want somebody to get away with the goods and say, you asked for it, or, this is what you wanted. Okay. Or try to make what you created and what God created for good and turn it to something totally negative and demonic. For the villain, you can rewrite your story. The number 38, you could be 38. 38 could be significant, which boils down to an 11. So this is definitely new beginnings. Rewriting your story is a transformation. That's definitely new beginning energy. You got the 10 of Swords and the 3 of Pentacles here. So the 10 of Swords is about a ending, a betrayal, an abrupt ending. The line being crossed in the sand basically is what I'm getting here. And we got to clarify that the Ace of Pentacles in reverse with the Justice card. So there's definitely a sense of justice being handed down. There's definitely a sense of, you having to, or something being taken away in the past, either from you or you taking something away from other people in the past, an opportunity, something in order to bring justice to the situation, in order to bring justice and self-love and balance to the situation for you. And yeah, so with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, we got the 9 of Swords and the Death in reverse. So this definitely brought a lot of anxiety, sleepless nights, guilt, shame, lower vibrational energies back onto those people who were avoiding a death, who were avoiding a transformation, who were avoiding an ego death, who were avoiding seeing the truth about the situation, about themselves, right? And I definitely get a sense here to where they're still very, on guard. They're still resisting the truth. They're still fighting. They're still evil eyeing and wanting to send negativity your way. They want to defend their right to not change. They want to defend, and these are different perspectives. These are different people, opportunities that were presented to you that didn't want to see you, meet you halfway on your pathway. But I'm seeing here where, things are being revealed to them as well, to these people, places, and things, as well as to why you are no longer there, why you are no longer in their energy, why you are no longer giving to them, and so on and so forth. And just because, everybody has a right to either change or to not to change. And you have a right to protect yourself from people who don't want to change, just like they have a right to protect their right to not change, right? That's their prerogative. God gives everybody free will. And like I said, those who want to, enter the promised land and want to commune and communicate with him, we will continue to do that. We will continue to, create and forge our path of peace on earth. And you just have to be sure that you create boundaries and walk down this pathway and allow for miracles to happen for you. Do the shadow work so that you're grounded and rooted in the truth and in sovereignty and purity of who you are and of who God is, right? Because that's these people's problem. They don't know who God is. They don't know that, a simple change in perspective, a simple change in attitude can have a ripple effect upon their life that can change everything about their life and the trajectory of their life, right? And it's not going to change the past. A lot of people, they feel like they are righteous in their ignorance and them being mean and them being judgmental and them being negative because of what happened to them in the past. But if you change your perspective today, if you choose today to change your perspective, then that perspective is going to help you to understand and understand everything that happened to you in the past. So people have to understand that the way that they view things is what's going to change everything. So yeah, but anyway, I see you here getting justice because you're tapping back into your intuition. You're really balancing out your emotions and looking at your emotions for what they really are, and choosing to bring an ending, choosing to, if people want to look at it as you're betraying them or you don't have loyalty towards them anymore, or whatever the case is, then yeah, you damn right. I have more love for myself. I'm able to see the truth about what happened to me. I'm able to see the truth about what I bring to the table. And I'm not going to, I'm going to feel that shame, that guilt, that those lower vibrational energies in order for me to understand them and move forward and forgive myself and move forward and forgive others and move forward. But I'm not going to stay in that energy. I'm going to bring myself balance. I'm going to bring justice to my life. I'm going to bring balance to my life. And I'm going to help you bring balance to your life by cutting out this collaboration. No longer, we can't do this anymore. And that's your responsibility and that's your prerogative, because for you, justice is not getting one up on another person or seeing another person's downfall. That's very fleeting, like I said, and you're not balanced if that's what you find hope and happiness in. But you rather are able to look your fears, your negative emotions in the eye and see them as something that's holding you back. See them as something that's keeping you stuck. See them as something that's keeping you in a self-made mental prison, and give yourself balance, give yourself clarity and forward movement because of that, right? You're not going to allow these feelings and these emotions that that you feel to bring you even deeper and deeper into negative emotions. That's not going to bring about a positive outcome. Some of you guys, the beach or a waterfront may be very healing to you. You guys, again, maybe water signs, or I'm definitely getting Aquarius energy here. Music may be very healing to you guys. Definitely get that energy here. But nevertheless, we got the Three of Pentacles here. So these are the collaborations that you once were open to, that I clarified this with the Knight of Swords and the Moon. So this was these collaborations which you had to come in with quick communication to, and this communication could have caused a lot of emotional imbalances. I'm hearing emotional baggage. I'm hearing, I don't know why I'm getting all of these negative things, but it could have brought upon a lot of anxiety, a lot of wondering, hoping, wishing, thinking energy. This quick communication that you had definitely brought upon a revelation, a tower moment to these people and these investments with the tower and the Seven of Pentacles. The tower energy here was clarified by the Death in reverse and the Hermit. So again, this is these people, these places, and these perspectives that we're not willing to change, right? They think that just because they're not willing to change, that nothing will ever change. And that is the revelation for them. They have to understand that either you're going to be willing to change, or spirit is going to come through and it's going to get knocked down, because somebody is going to have an awakening. There's going to be a ripple effect somewhere in the matrix to where things can be leveled out, to where things can be changed, to where you can make a change, to where you can have a revelation for yourself, whether you're negative or not. And it caused about a situation to where they realized that they were not going within, they were not listening to their intuition, and whatever it is that they're investing in, or whatever it is that they were investing in, it was just hope, it was just wishful thinking, right? That they were going to be able to confuse other people in order to get them to invest in something that was not for their highest and greatest good, or that they were going to be able to distract people to get them to stay in connection with them, or to get them to see things the way that they see it, to where they will not have to transition and transform, right? A lot of people, when they're not good with change and they want to win at all costs in that energy, they have to go around and they have to confuse other people. That's what they invest in, rather than, creating actual emotional attachments that are for everybody's highest and greatest good, or actually, pouring into people to help them ascend and to help them meet their goals and to help them get closer to God and get closer to, no, they're not actually for that, because they within themselves don't want things to change. So they're actually working against everybody. While it may look like they're working for everybody, they may try to put that facade on, but they're actually working against everybody to get everything to stay the same, or to stay in a way that will keep them happy, keep them balanced, keep them focused, keep them in alignment. And yeah, this is horrible judgment. This is horrible investment. This is just horrible things that these people have reaped and that they've sowed. So yeah, you just have to watch that, use your discernment to clarify the Seven of Cups, which is the card of confusion. This could be love spells if black magic or witchcraft was involved or anything like that. But this was clarified by the Three of Wands and the Five of Wands. So the Three of Wands is travel, it's planning, higher learning, and all of that stuff. And then the Five of Wands is, of course, chaos, drama, conflict, and things of that nature. So definitely a lot of passion and fire here, but misdirected passion, misdirected anger, and just lack of healing, right? Confusion, chaos, manipulation. So this could be like a job, right? If they invest more into getting their workers to work than they do into getting to know their workers, then their end goal might be to create, problems with you in your home life, right? Where you don't have a work-home balance. You don't have balance within your home and your work. And so that can create problems with your family. That can create problems with your partner. And if that creates problems with your family and with your partner, then you might, something might happen to where, God forbid you break up, and because you are so invested in your work, because your boss has made it to where you are so invested in your work, that's the way the environment is created for it to be. And that's the reason why you didn't have work-home life balance in the first place. Now your kids are with their dad and you don't have access to your kids as much as you did in the past. And you went from, being in a relationship, having a stable home, to now you're a single parent and you don't even have access to your kids, right? And depending on where your triggers are, where your emotions are, where your thoughts are, how your perspective is, you might eventually become okay with that. And these are certain realizations and towers that, God is already seeing ahead. God already has foresight. And if you have not been tapping into your intuition, if you have not been listening to spirit, if you have been living in a state of fear and you're not able to see the signs and the synchronicities and hear the messages, he's going to bring a tower moment to where that cannot happen to you or anybody else. Because you have work to do. You have something that was already written for you to do, and it had nothing to do with whatever the F is going on here. So God already knows people's plans, and God laughs at people's plans, ours included. Especially with the Three of Wands and the Five of Wands here, that's not good news. That's not good energy. Especially to clarify the card of confusion, the card of distractions. No. We're not going to build. We're not going to travel. We're not going to plan on confusion. We're not. That's why the Five of Wands is here, because that just creates more chaos, more drama, more low vibrational energy that we don't need. Competitiveness. That's confusion. To think that there's not enough for everybody, that's confusion. Oh, you need more hours. I need more hours at work. That's confusion. Or if a person comes into your life and they pretend to be a friend and they invest in that, but they're, secretly investing in stringing you along, they're going to make certain investments to where your energy is they're going to try to get you ready for that type of energy, for that type of outcome, for that type of environment. Right? And you'll see that in the way that they court you. You'll see that in the way that they speak to you. You'll see that in the way that they treat you. The final card that we got here is the message card, which is ruled by the number 7. So July could be significant. You guys, again, could be Cancers or the last decan of Gemini, or Leos, the first decan of Leo. So with that, I'm definitely getting that this could be the message, or there's going to be another type of message. There's going to be some type of communication that you guys receive. We also got the pay attention to the signs card here. So again, this could be some type of divine messenger, oracle. This could be a message that you get through messenger, a text message. It could be several types of messages that you will receive, which I definitely will go with that one, that you will receive that will, show you and clarify to you what I'm telling you now. Right. I'm definitely getting that this communication will be swift. It will be quick. It might be in regards to something that happened in the past that you don't want to hear about. And that's why I feel like it could definitely be this message as well. But you don't want to ignore it. You don't want to try to sneak past it or be sneaky or be malicious or low vibrational in regards to this message or any other message that you may receive when it comes to something negative in the past that might be meant to trigger you. Newsflash, this is not meant to trigger you. This is meant to be healing towards you, and this is meant to help you to move forward, you don't want to shoot the messenger, right? So I literally just read the messages. These are literally revelations and situations that I have had to heal from myself, and I'm currently still healing from. So this is not a competition. This is not me telling anybody what to do. I am literally here with the divine. I'm here with, the ancestors of the collective who have chosen me to help their loved ones, rise up and awaken. And so they don't want you guys to miss out on the message. They don't want you guys to be in an energy to where you feel like you have to protect yourself from me or anybody else who is trying to help you, prosper and move forward and ascend. And you'll be able to know the difference. Listen to your intuition, because when you do that, you are ultimately letting the universe, you're letting spirit, you're letting your ancestors know that you don't want this gift. You don't want to be chosen. You don't want to answer the call. And that's not to say that you have to listen to my messages. That's not what I'm saying right now. I'm saying that when you have certain things that you know that you are meant to heal, that you are meant to do, that you are meant to tap into, that you are meant to let go of, whatever the case is, right? However it resonates for you, but you choose not to do those things, not to answer that call, not to tap into these things, then you are choosing to live a life that is mundane, that it is monotonous, that other people can, pretty much choose what they want for you, because that's what you are choosing. You're choosing not to believe in miracles. You're choosing not to believe in the divine. You're choosing not to believe in yourself. And that comes first and foremost. And that's why from the beginning, I've always talked about how we speak to ourselves, our inner dialogue, because we need to definitely work on that as a collective, because society, our parents, our school, so many things around us have dumbed us down, have made us have been created and programmed to make us believe that we need to all look the same, all think the same, all act the same in order to fit under a certain aesthetic that is, luxury or lovely or beautiful or whatever other word you can think of that you hear, because we all have different niches and we all have different algorithms and whatever that are, where certain words pop out to make you jump and look at the video, or whatever, certain images pop out because they know that you like this aesthetic, or whatever the case is. Everything down to the search engine, especially the search engine, is meant to bring about certain messages and certain synchronicities to your phone, to your device, to whatever it is that you're watching, listening on, to make you feel connected, to make you feel like, this is something that you need to do, this is something that you want to do, or whatever. So when it is something, when it is a message, when it is something that is of the divine, that is of a pure essence, that is of a pure aura, that is of a pure sound message, that is of compassion, right? Take it. Even if it does include something that is, nostalgic from the past that you don't want to think about. So what? It's meant to help you move forward. Your spirit guides want this for you. Your ancestors want this for you. And most importantly, God wants this for you. Because again, I feel like this is a collective that has no problem winnowing. This is a collective that has no problem separating themselves. This is a problem. I don't know. This is a collective that knows what they need to do, that knows how to tap into every one of the queens. It's just really getting comfortable in that empress energy, or knows how to tap into every one of the kings, but it's getting comfortable in tapping into that emperor energy, and knowing that you are pure, knowing that you are sovereign, and you deserve to experience that energy being mirrored back onto you. I get here the 9 of Wands for the message card, which the 9 of Wands is like the wounded warrior. So you've been through a lot, you've healed through a lot with the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Wands. You've been persistent in your healing. You've been through the Knight of Wands in reverse, but now we got the Knight of Wands in the upright. So you know how to channel that energy. You know how to channel that passion. You have put yourself to the test in different endeavors that you've had, in different opportunities that you've had, and you know that you are a worthy, opponent. You are a worthy counsel. You are a worthy candidate. You already know what you bring to the table, right? And now there is an ego death, or there's another transformation. There's another transformation happening in your confidence, with your strength, with your fortitude, with your spiritual gifts, with your speaking abilities, with whatever gifts and talents that you have, right? And Spirit is really asking you not to fight this transformation, not to fight this ego death, not to fight this new beginning. And there's also going to be a level of competition on this because new levels, new devils. But to always know that there is no competition, because you are in your purpose and so are these other people, as long as they continue to stay focused. And if somebody does try to come upon your path and bring that Seven of Cups energy, that confusion, or that Five of Wands energy, you know to ignore it. You know how to pay attention to the signs. You know how to move forward. You know how to heal past that. Because with this new levels, new devils, there's no old cycle, there's no old pattern, there's no old belief system or perspective or anything that you need to prove yourself of, or that you need to prove that you've ascended from, or you've changed from, or you've healed from. The proof will be in the pudding, right? The wheat will always be separated from the chaff, not just with you, but with perspectives, with everything. So if somebody tries to challenge you against that, then that's already proof that they're not there. They're not on that level yet, because anybody that knows better would do better, right? People already see it for what it is. People already know what it is. So anybody that still doesn't know, they still have a little bit more work to do. And when it comes to this confidence and this healing, this new you, this new logical mindset, this new level of self-love and self-care that you've been giving yourself, and this inner work that you've been doing, you'll be able to recognize how having compassion for other people is not taking away from you. How having compassion for yourself is also not taking away from other people. You'll be able to integrate all of these lessons and all of this knowing that you have, and you'll be able to give and receive. You'll be balanced in your masculine and in your feminine. You'll be able to get into collaborations and still, like, I don't know why I'm getting like a freelance energy. Some of you guys may be freelancers here, but I don't know. I'm just getting like there's going to be, instead of there being codependency, there's not, you way past codependency, and there's not going to be independence either. You're going to be able to understand and appreciate the balance. You're going to be able to understand and appreciate interdependency, right? So I definitely get that here. You're going to be confident in that, because a lot of people, they are moving from a space they don't feel like, and that can be generational trauma of feeling like you can't depend on a man, or you can't depend on a woman, right? As a man, I can't depend on no woman. As a woman, I can't depend on no man. And I'm not even going to get into what the Bible says, but as a human being, right, you're not always going to be 100. And when you do get into a relationship and you say that you want to marry this person, there's going to be times, there's going to be seasons where they're not 100, or where the situation, the relationship is not 100. Sometimes it's going to be 50-50. Sometimes it's going to be 70-30. Sometimes it's going to be 80-20. But that doesn't take away from who your partner is and what they've been to you thus far. And that's not going to, you should, of course, pat yourself on the back for any times you uplifted or helped your partner when they fell short, or whatever the case is. But you shouldn't even look at it like that. And that's where you're going to be coming into a state of balance, right? Especially like if you, again, are a manager, or you are an authority in your life in some way, shape, or form, and you're a leader to other people, where you don't get an ego boost out of being the leader. You understand that God gave you this position because you can handle it. I'm picking up on a lot of Scorpio energy right now. So some of you guys, your North Node may also be in Scorpio or something like that too. But I'm just getting a lot of Phoenix rising energy, right? And with the Knight of Wands here, clarifying the Nine of Pentacles, or the Nine of Wands, again, I'm definitely getting that throughout all of these trials and tribulations, with this Nine of Wands energy, throughout all of this evil eye, all of these spiritual warfare that you had to fight through, you now being a spiritual warrior, you now standing in your truth and knowing what your strengths and weaknesses are, or going through the journey of learning those things about yourself and about others. You are now more balanced and more grounded in whatever it is that you are passionate about and you're moving towards. And there's going to be situations, there's going to be still those times where you have those revelations about how you were confused in the past, and you're just going to be releasing guilt and shame in regards to that. Continue to do that. Continue to release any negative emotions that you have in regards to people, places, and things that have tried to distract you, that have tried to slow you down, that have tried to bring confusion upon your journey, because that's really just baggage that was meant for you to heal through, for you to transmute and ascend from, right? To use as a stepping stone and a stepping stool for you to then build something that is balanced, that is stable, that is grounded, that brings confidence, that brings independence, that brings a level of beauty to you that you want, that helps you to create the environment that you want. And all of that winnowing, separating the wheat from the chaff, separating the impurities from the purities, really helped you to do that. That's really what that was all for you to know what it is that you want and what it is that you don't want, so you can set better intentions, so you can be stronger with your intentions, stronger with your morals, stronger with your values, stronger with your no's, and stronger with your yeses. For pay attention to the signs, we got the Lovers and the Star card out here. So again, everybody's situation is differently, but if you guys do have a soulmate situation that was having either a separation or there was third parties involved, whether that be family, business, friends, or an ex, or whatever the case is, this could also be a choice that you had to make, that you're healing in regards to. This situation is going to have healing. Pay attention to the signs. Spirit is definitely going to be sending you guys a message. This could be this message or another message. Take it as it resonates. But again, for the Lovers here, there was a realization, or there's going to be a realization. This could be a person. This could be a situation that happens that's a sudden upheaval. This could be a good thing. I'm definitely getting it is a good thing because it was clarified by the sun. So this could be a Scorpio, a Leo, because those are sister signs, I believe. But nevertheless, this sudden realization or this upheaval is going to be for the best. It's going to bring a lot of solutions. It's going to bring a lot of positivity, a lot of good energy. And I definitely see that the result of this is going to be, you are going to feel a lot more positive. You're going to feel a lot more hopeful in regards to transformations, in regards to transforming, in regards to, these changes that Spirit is trying to bring upon your life, right? So I definitely feel like, whatever this upheaval, whatever this sudden realization is, this revelation is, it's going to give you a new beginning. It's going to give you a new idea in regards to how you can let go of any chaos, drama, anything that was, going on in the past. And your spirit guides and your ancestors are definitely helping you knock out the competition. If there is any evil eye, if there was anybody that was trying to make it to where you and another person could not be together, your ancestors, your spirit guides, along with their ancestors and their spirit guides, they are right here with the Temperance and the Five of Wands. This is definitely Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, all the archangels, any type of angels that you work with, any type of light beings that you work with or that work with you that you may not know about. They're handling it like it's done. Okay, there's not going to be any stealing from you. There's not going to be any stealing from a person that loves you. If they genuinely love you, if they genuinely want to love you, right? And they may have people in their life that don't want that, or you may have people in your life that don't want that for you. Spirit and your ancestors, the universe, they're going to handle it. They're on top of it. Okay. Because with this new earth, with these winnowers, with these people who have had to and who know how to separate the wheat from the chaff, be pure in a world full of impurity, right? That is a gift. That is a talent. And a lot of people had it. A lot of people have it, but they don't know how to tap into it, or they're not really honing in on that. And that's your choice. We all have free will. And a big part of saying that you're a divine feminine or a divine masculine, and of being part of these soulmate twin flame couples, or it could just be a regular soulmate couple, or you just can call yourself life partners, or whatever the case is. If you're chosen, if you're sensitive, if you believe in God, right? Period. These connections that he is weaving together, that he has woven together, anytime there is financial instability, right? Know that that is the work of the devil, and that there's going to be a transformation in regards to any witchcraft, in regards to any word. I'm hearing word salad, but gossip, manipulation, evil eye that could be causing this downfall or causing this less fortunate situation to happen, right? That is, if you are going through a less fortunate situation in your relationship, or with this decision that you've had to make, right? There is going to be a transformation for that, right? And Spirit is saying that that is just the devil trying to get a hold of your mind, trying to get a hold of your heart in regards to what your desires are, and make you think that your desires are not feasible, that your desires cannot be fulfilled. Okay? This is both for the masculine and the feminine, right? For both aspects within yourself, and also if you are a feminine or a masculine who's with your feminine or with your masculine. So just always be prepared to come up against spiritual warfare, and that's also within your money, that's also with your stability. But that doesn't mean that it's going to be forever. It doesn't mean that it has anything to do with the person that you are with, or that it has anything to do with you. You just have to continue to be focused on your purpose. As long as you are focused on your purpose, and lean on God, and know that miracles happen to you and for you, and that you're always protected and divinely led and guided and cared for, you will be protected, led, and cared for. For the star card is going towards your north node. It is healing after the upheavals of the tower, after the revelations of the tower, and the betrayal and the downfall of the tower. You have the star card, right? And that is clarified here by the devil and the Two of Wands. So the devil still very much wants to have a hand in chosen ones' lives, and what we do and what we think and how we act and what we say, right? Because we're here, we're on earth, so of course he's going to try to fuck with you, right? And he's going to, employ his people who are not for healing to do so. But nevertheless, here, if you are a divine feminine, or even if you're a masculine, I definitely feel like the feminine aspects within ourselves are a lot more healed than the masculine. Take it as it resonates. But I have the Nine of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles, so 9 could be very significant for you guys. But like I said, this is all clarifying the pay attention to the signs card, which is the number 10. So the number 9 here, being with the devil, is letting me know that the devil wants to keep you in a cycle, wants to keep the collective in a cycle where we continuously regress. Even if we feel like we're going into a new cycle, even if we do pay attention to the signs, there's going to be a trigger that he sends. There's going to be a trigger. There's going to be a glitch in the matrix somehow, or there's going to be something that happens that's supposed to shake the table, that's supposed to rattle you up and mess with your faith and mess with your forward movement with the Nine of Wands here, and keep you in this, continuous victim mentality. But how you heal and how you like I said, your perspective is going to help you see the glass half full every single time. So we got the Nine of Pentacles here with the strength and the Seven of Wands in reverse. You don't have to, you don't have to feel like you're constantly on a battlefield. You already have your inner strength. You already know what's up. You already have your pride is already intact. You already know what your morals, your character, your values are. So there's no need for you to fight. There's no need for you to really say anything. Devil, get thee behind. And the devil is shivering and shaking in his boots. That's all you really got to say with the star card here. I mean, come on now. So to clarify the Nine of Wands, we got the Empress, the King of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. Yeah, the devil is really the one that's in the Nine of Wands, because the collective is moving forward. And whether you are the divine feminine or the divine masculine, you're helping your fellow divine feminines and divine masculines also move forward and ascend and go where they're meant to go, emotionally and mentally and spiritually and physically. Okay. And with the Two of Wands, clarifying the star card here, the Two of Wands represents making a choice or having a decision, being at a crossroads with what you're passionate about, with your ideas, so on and so forth, how you want to move forward. And that was clarified by the Queen of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. So you definitely made a choice to heal. Healing is a choice. We all have free will, like I keep saying. And you made a choice to be independent, to hold on to your morals, your values, and your independence, your sovereignty, and who you were. And you've also integrated, your confidence and everything that you've learned, all your talents, all the good energy that you have cultivated over the years and over these cycles that you've been in and out of. And you've also integrated that along with your sensitivity, your emotional side, your passion, all of those things, right? And that is really helping you to move forward. And with the Nine of Pentacles here, this, self-sufficient, self-made, boss-like energy, this boss bitch energy. We got the King of Wands and the Page of Wands in reverse. So the King and the Queen of Wands are out here again. So again, this does not have to be a couple. You don't have to be with this person anymore. This doesn't have to be your soulmate or whatever the case is. But there is, masculine or the opposite energy of what you are, energy that is definitely seeing how they have done a disservice to themselves in the past, how they have, tricked themselves, or how they have been tricked out of a legacy due to their perspectives on things and due to their nostalgic feelings from the past that they're realizing right now were not of their highest and greatest good, were not the best, did not help them make their best decisions. And they're seeing that you have been balanced out. You are balancing yourself out with your spirituality, with your practicality, with your higher knowledge and wisdom, with your higher learning, with being committed, with a commitment. You might even be in a commitment. If this is an ex, this could be an ex that's hearing bad news about you being in a commitment, about you getting balance, about you not being juggled like they may have tried to juggle you in the past. Especially if this was, one of the people, or one of the, they had the same type of energy towards you that, may have been what you had to deal with growing up, as far as telling you weren't worthy of love, telling you couldn't do anything without them, you wouldn't be anywhere without them, so on and so forth, trying to get their rocks off, trying to make it seem like they're the ish, okay? Trying to win at all costs by, ruining and effing up your self-esteem. But really realizing that, God really balanced you out, or this commitment balanced you out. You being committed to yourself has balanced you out. And what they tried to do to you did not work, okay? Because you chose healing. Because the final card, well, not the final card, but next we have the healing card. The final card is going to be the Witch card. Justice is coming. We're going to just tap into that last, but not least. But yeah, for the healing card, the number 21. So 21 could be significant, or the number 3 could be significant. That was clarified by the 10 of Wands. So yeah, you guys have definitely been through a lot of situations that were meant to burden you, that did burden you. And I'm definitely getting here that this was something that a lot of people around you may have invested in. Like, I'm definitely getting the energy, and that's why there has to be healing towards how you feel you should, emit love, and how you should give out love, right? Because there may have been distortions in regards to how you view love, how you view your love, and how you give it out, because of what people around you were actually investing in when it comes to you, right? And this, I'm definitely getting a familial energy here with the 7 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. So family definitely could have been investing in putting more on you than they could bear, right? Not even more on you than you could bear, because we obviously see now it wasn't more than you could bear. It was just enough. It was the right amount. It was, everything was for you, not to you. Everything was happening for you and not to you. But these people, they're having a realization that this is what they invested in. And it was healing for you to also have this realization that, people have invested in burdening you, stressing you out. That's that truth energy. That's that Tower energy, having that revelation, having that aha moment that a lot of people don't want to realize, because then that would mean that they have to do something about it. And that's the part that a lot of people really ain't ready to do, because of the programming, because in some ways and in shapes and forms, they believe the lies that have been told to them since childhood. Okay. And for the 10 of Pentacles, we got the World card. So that was definitely a cycle that you went through with this family, with this situation. This could be a job, this could be an organization, this could be a family. Take it as it resonates. But this cycle was meant to block your heart chakra. It was meant to distort you, distort your love, distort how you view love, how you view relationships, how you view your relationship with yourself, first and foremost. Because so within, so without, or as within, so without. And that the World card was clarified by the Queen of Cups in reverse and the Two of Cups. So these are situations, these are connections that hey, I'm your best friend, or hey, I'm here to love you. But what it is that they were investing in was going to drain you, was going to drain you emotionally, was going to drain you physically, was going to drain you spiritually. A lot of mind games, a lot of toxicity, a lot of responsibility. And that's what I feel like my collective has had to deal with a lot. And I feel like that's why there was a lot of you just felt like you had to turn your emotions off, especially with that love don't live here message that I got, channeling that I got. You know, when you found yourself in situations where you felt like this was an environment that you were going to love or like or enjoy, or you felt like this was a person that you could love, you could like, you could enjoy, or as soon as you did start to love them, like them, enjoy them, then they use that against you in a way. They tried to put more responsibility on you than what they were, you know, able to give, right? And it's one thing. Because like I said, I did say, you know, sometimes relationships are going to be 50-50 or 80-20 or whatever the case is. But you started to realize that when you needed, when you were, you know, 20 and you needed 80%, then there was always an excuse, or there was always a reason. It was because you ain't shit, or it was because, you know, you ain't an empress. But when that person needed you to bring 80 and they only were bringing 20, you understood that it was because they may have, you know, had a long day at work, or they may have just needed extra nurturing, right? Because you understand that when you're in a connection with somebody, no matter who it is, whether it's intimate, whether it's familial, whether it's about business, money, right? You understand that when you're in a connection with somebody, everything is not always going to be materialistic. Some things are more emotional. Some things are more mental, right? And you have the knowing about what you have to offer in regards to emotional capacity, spiritual capacity, mental capacity. You are self-aware. But when you are in connections with people who are not these things, who are not self-aware, and if they're not self-aware, they can't really be aware of you. But then there's those people who are not self-aware, but they're aware of everybody outside of them because they feel like they have to. And they do this because they have to control other people's actions and their thoughts and their perspectives, because they actually don't have control of their own. So you have learned all of these different things. And I definitely see how, you know, being in those situations where too much responsibility was placed on you when it should have not been, or when you finally ask for a reprieve from these burdening situations or these burdening scenarios or these burdening, whatever the case is, opportunities, places, spaces, people looked at you like you were crazy. People looked at you like you didn't deserve support. You didn't deserve to not have burdens, to not have chaos, to not have drama, to not have a peaceful life, to not just be able to breathe, to relax. But with the final card, the Witch, justice is coming. We got the Judgment card here. So if that doesn't tell you everything that you need to know, there is going to be judgment for these people. There's going to be judgment for these perspectives. There's going to be judgment. There's going to be balance for you and for everybody involved. And to clarify the judgment, we got the Four of Pentacles in reverse and the Five of Swords. So the Four of Pentacles in reverse is about releasing control. People are going to have to release control. People are going to have to let go. They're going to have to. That's the judgment. That's the justice. And we're going to take a look at the ways in which people have lied, manipulated, just been in a lot of dark energy, and have done things that are not moral, that are against the divine, against God's will, against God's order, against other people's will, against other people's order, right? This could be judicial system. This could be organizations, right? Because there's always somebody bigger than you. There's always somebody more powerful than you. So even the most powerful person that you know, they know somebody that's even more powerful than them. So while they may be, you know, so big and in charge to where, you know, they have instilled fear in you, they still have things that they need to worry about too, right? So there's going to be a judgment call to where these people, these places, these things are going to be getting scoped at. They're going to be getting looked at to see where they have fallen short, where they have lied, where they have cheated, where they have been hypocrites, where hypocrisy has been applied in order to bring about balance. And while Spirit is always there, God is always doing things on each and every one of our behalves to get us to where we're supposed to be, to help us get these certain revelations. It's going to feel to them like God has not been there, like God is not there for them, because what people have to understand is that while they're being a bully and they expect for God not to be there for you, while they bully you, while they are tyrannical, while they lack in leadership, in authority, in compassion, in all of these things, that energy is also going to have to come back to them. Right? So they're going to feel like, Spirit is not on their side. They're going to feel like Spirit has, really took a dump on them, rain on their parade. And they're going to have to go back to the same tactics that they've used, or at least start to do that self-reflection on their old tactics, so that they can come up with new ones, so that they can come up with tactics that are about something, that are going to bring about results that can actually help them and other people move forward. Yeah, so first they're going to have to see how they have charged forward, how they have continued to move forward and collaborate with people when they were not balanced, when they were greedy, when they were low vibrational, when they, lacked self-awareness, when they lacked compassion, when they lacked empathy. They're going to have a judgment call on them that's going to have them release control and have to take a look in the mirror and see all the ways in which they have lied and manipulated to other people, to themselves, in regards to the connection with you, how things ended with you, how things began with you, how they tried to stress you out, what they've burdened you with in this connection, all the ways in which they've burdened you with in this connection, and all the things that they've invested in instead of healing, instead of, moving forward and ascending with you and realizing how they could actually level up to be on your level a little bit more. They were too busy looking down, lying, trying to win at all costs. Yeah, so justice and balance is going to have to come from that. And people are going to have to see what it is that they were trying to cook up for you. And it's not going to be something that anybody can ignore in regards to the ways in which, having a connection with this person has betrayed you, or having a connection with this person was going to betray you. People are going to understand, and you're going to have a deeper understanding of these things. That's the justice. And people are also going to take a look at why you had to distance yourself. Why was a judgment call from the divine for you to distance yourself against them? And it was because everything that God had been trying to do in your life that was positive, or that was of a high vibration, they wanted to win at all costs in regards to. So if you want to win at all costs in regards to what God is trying to do in my life, that means that you work for the devil. So no matter if you're family, friend, whatever, you can go, right? That's the winnowing. That's the winnower. You are able to do that. And people have to realize this. It doesn't matter if I'm your mother. It doesn't matter if I'm your father. It doesn't matter if I'm your pastor. It doesn't matter if I'm your sister, your brother, your uncle, your auntie. I can go. I can be removed because this person is on a divine mission. This person is listening to the divine. Maybe I don't have a connection with the divine. Maybe I don't know how to listen to the divine. So I'm lost out here. So I'm creating conflict. So I'm creating illusions. So I'm creating chaos and drama. But this person is not. And that's that 9 of Swords. That's that realization. That's that sleepless nights and all of those projections that people have, said to you, said about you, all the gossip. They have to realize that that's coming from me. Those are my shadows. Those are my weaknesses. Those are my losses that I was projecting onto this person. With the Magician and the Lovers here, to get them to make the wrong decision, to get them to not see something clearly about a relationship, to not see something clearly about their decisions, about their choices, whatever the case is. They're going to have to see how this plan, this grand scheme, this grand plan to win at all costs only stopped their forward movement, how it stopped them from being an individual, how it stopped them from being self-sufficient. Because all this time they could have been healing, they could have been being independent, they could have been getting their money right, they could have been getting their mind right, they could have been getting their heart right. They were too busy trying to send energy your way to where you can't be balanced, to where you can't be stable. But God was already working with you. Your spirit guides were already working with you. And everything that they have lacked healing on doing, now they have to start. So imagine wasting all of this time projecting your insecurities onto somebody, trying to stop somebody from moving forward, trying to convince somebody that they're unlovable, trying to convince somebody that they can't do anything without you, but you're not actually doing anything. You're not actually investing in doing anything that can actually really be of benefit to this person or to anybody else, but because you're so busy trying to beat into their mind. And this could be physical abuse, this could be mental abuse, this could be spiritual abuse, this could be by magic, this could be by gossip, this could be by whatever that these witches do, that these witches and these warlocks of low vibrational energies do in order to convince people of God, of high vibrations, that they can't be more, do more, and see more without a leech, without an energy vampire, trying to confuse them, hanging on their coattail. You can get 10 times further without that person than you can even imagine with that person by your side. But you have to release yourself. You have to let go of the shackles, okay? And these are these devil energies. These are these people that let the devil run them because they have codependencies, because they still have vices and addictions that they're holding on to, toxicity, traumas that they're not healing from. Last card we got is the Ace of Wands for the Justice is coming. So there is, again, you have a new burst of energy, new inspiration, new ideas are on their way to you, new opportunities are on its way to you now. Affirm that. And we got the Nine of Swords and the Lovers here to verify the Ace of Wands. So again, there is a new beginning, there's a new choice, there's new opportunities, there's just new pathways and new timelines that are being unlocked for the collective in regards to soulmate journeys, in regards to jobs, in regards to entrepreneurship opportunities, in regards to every single pathway, every single doorway in your life, right? There is, when you unlock that 5D consciousness, when you are ascending, you understand that you can jump timelines, you can shift realities, you can change things at the drop of a dime, right? All you have to say is that you claim it. All you have to do is claim it and it's yours, right? And people are realizing that this about you. They're realizing that you have the wherewithal, you have the confidence, you have the beauty, you have everything that you need in order to tap into this energy. And it is bringing about a lot of anxiety. It is bringing about, because everything that they sent to you, everything that they projected onto you now, especially, it's one thing for you to no longer deal with somebody, but when you no longer deal with somebody and you've leveled up in your thinking, in the way that you think and so on and so forth, and the way that you act and what you behave and what you attract, it really leaves them looking stunted in their growth. It really shows the level of immaturity that they're at, right? Especially if they're not actually doing the work. And that's why a lot of people who don't do the work like to, it's like a crab in a bucket. They like to grab onto and latch on to people who are trying to do the work and who are actually doing the work. And a lot of the times they'll mirror your energy. They will mirror back the work that you've done on yourself and make it seem like they've done the same amount of work. But if you use your discernment, you can tell, again, with the winnowing. But nevertheless, here, these people, they have to deal with all the stuff that they projected onto you. They have to deal with all their insecurities and try to find new supply, is what I'm getting. They also have to realize how they have, tricked themselves, how they've self-sabotaged out of their legacy, out of their forward movement, out of their abundance, out of their prosperity. Because when you think that it has to only be you, you can be the only millionaire in your family. You can be the only millionaire in this job. You can be the only one that can be rich. You can be the only one. You're moving from a space of lack, and that's exactly what you're going to manifest. Not for you, not for anybody else, but for yourself, right? Because those are your thoughts. When you feel like there's only enough for you, and because of that creates an atmosphere in a philosophy within you, in your heart and your mind, that you feel you have to go out and sabotage everybody else because there's only room for you. That leaves a trail of sabotage behind you. So nobody's going to want to work with you. The universe doesn't want to work with you. You're not worthy. You're not even worthy. Okay? And so these people, they are now trying to get back on their feet. They're trying to balance themselves out, to not focus, not go within, but to make what you are desiring seem less desirable. That's how they feel like they can bring justice, and that's how they feel like they can see things clearly, is if they make what you desire be undesirable or look undesirable to other people, or whatever the case is. So again, with the new levels, new devils, if somebody is smear campaigning you or trying to get people to see you a different way, trying to mess with your reputation, just continue to move forward and invest in what you need to invest in, because people are going to be able to see that this person is bothered, clearly, that this person is dealing with the insecurities that they used to project onto you, and any insecurities that they're projecting onto you, anything that they may be saying about you in the future or right now is really what they're projecting onto you. So you don't have to open up your mouth if you are dealing with a situation like that. And also, as you move forward, right, as you ascend, as you start to get into new courtships and open your mind and open your heart to new opportunities, as you transform, as you take on a new identity or a new level of yourself, right? Like I said, new levels, new devils. These could be new people, or these could be people from the past that knew old versions of you. They could be coming out trying to smear campaign you, trying to ruin your reputation, and so on and so forth. But like I said, the work speaks for itself. Your energy speaks for itself. Everything that you've done, okay? Lastly, to clarify the Ace of Wands, we actually got the Lovers. So this is like the 5th time the Lovers came out. So this new beginning, this inspired action, this inspiration, this burst of energy that you're getting, or this new idea, it definitely could be in regards to a soulmate, a new one, an old one, whatever. Take it as it resonates for you or somebody that you're currently with. But there's going to be new energy. There's going to be new opportunities. There's going to be a new passionate beginning here. That's the Judgment, because you guys have balanced out your energy. You guys have healed through so much. You guys know where it is that you are going. You guys have integrated a lot of lessons, a lot of energies from the past, and integrated them in a way that is for your highest and greatest good, right? And now you have that inner strength, you have that fortitude, you have that fortress to where you are a leader. You understand the value of interdependence, and you have inner strength. You don't have strength to where you feel like you constantly have to fight to prove yourself. That's physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. No, you don't have that. You are very not prideful in a sense to where like pride will be your downfall, but you're prideful in a sense to where you understand what it is that you have to offer. You know where you came from. You're proud of where you came from. You're proud of where you're at. You take pride in everything that you do, right? That Emperor, Aries, Taurus energy, Venusian energy as well. Just really balancing out all aspects of yourself, all the lessons that you've learned to be able to move forward and lead yourself and others, right? You're very balanced within yourself, your masculine and your feminine. You're very balanced with your own energy. You're very balanced with other people. The Lovers was also clarified by the Empress. So we had the Empress and the Emperor. So this definitely could be you in your divine masculine, both healing at the same time, ascending at the same time, cutting out what needs to be cut out at the same time, right? And deciding to bet on not only yourselves but one another. That's what a divine connection is all about. It's not about who has the most money. It's not about high value this and high value that in a sense to what society wants to make it about, but it's actually about being high value, about choosing good, right? Goodness and mercy, and being goodness and mercy, right? Being in your purpose. And to clarify the Empress for the Lovers, we got the Hangman and the Page of Cups. So you're definitely getting a new perspective and being more hopeful, looking at the glass as half full instead of half empty. And this is helping you to go within. This is helping you to heal. This is helping you to see things more clearly. This is helping you to get more grounded. This is helping you to, helping your daily routine, helping your work-life balance, helping every aspect of your life, getting this new perspective on, the chaos, the drama, the conflict from the past. Chaos, drama, and conflict in general, not only when it comes to you, but in general. All right, so before we close out, we have random messages here. So we got father-in-law that came out. Now this could be your father-in-law. This could be somebody else's father-in-law. This could just be a father figure. This could be a stepfather. And I wanted to clarify that because we only got one person that came out in the random messages. So anyway, what came out was to clarify the father-in-law was homeward, take yourself out on a date, and tower, unplug, and relax for a spell. So we got the number 42 and the number 3. Those could be significant. Other random messages we got is people losing respect for me. We got you are beautiful. So yeah, people are losing respect for these people that were trying to talk about you, trying to run a smear campaign on you, trying to do witchcraft upon you, trying to do witchcraft upon your love life. We do have jealous of your love life out here. So yeah, these are definitely people that you were dealing with in the past or currently that are jealous of your love life. We got the level up card. So you're definitely leveling up, collective. We got the you winning. So this definitely you're winning right now. You're leveling up. New levels, new devils, people from the past, people that you don't even know. They're going to be coming up against you. They're going to have negative things to say because you have a beautiful family. You are beautiful. All your wishes are coming true. We got all my wishes are coming true. And we got, I should have never played with you. So these people, they also know, while they continue to talk shit, that they should have never played with you because they're losers. They're still losing and you're still winning. Protect your energy is out here. So Spirit is just telling you to protect your energy, cleanse your aura, do meditations, pray, all those good things, smudge, keep your energy clear, keep your home clean, so on and so forth. And then we got the number 20, judgment. Karma, actions judged, goddess council, spiritual review. So yeah, the goddess council is here. The primordial mothers are here. People are being judged. Okay. There's a spiritual review going on right now. And it's the year of the 8. It's the year of judgment. It's karma. People's actions are going to be judged, their actions in the past and currently. And a lot of these people, they don't know how to be self-aware. They don't know how to check themselves. Their egos are very imbalanced. So even though they are being judged, even though people are seeing that they're losers, are seeing that they're only talking about you, they're only gossiping on you, they're only trying to come up against you because they're intimidated, because they're jealous, because they're envious, they're going to still continue to do these things because they don't know how to change. With the death card coming out in reverse in our reading so many different times to clarify these types of people, they are resistant to change. These might even be Scorpios. These might be people who are very low vibrational, people who are very greedy, okay? People who dabble in the occult even, okay? And they don't know how to let go of old energy. They don't know how to heal and move on. They might say that they healed. They might say that they've moved on, but they still want to do something. And you've never even slighted them in the first place. These are these types of people who are just intimidated by people who don't, follow the status quo, right? There's a lot of people that I have met that, they may be used to getting a certain reaction from the crowd, from the people that they hang around, but my energy is just very different. I might not, it's just something about me that will rub them the wrong way. Like if I'm not super interested or super intrigued in the story that they're telling or whatever the case is, whatever it is that people get triggered by, you never will really know. You never can really know, because that's the thing. A lot of these people, they're seeking validation. They did not get the proper validation from their childhood. And for a lot of us healers, we also did not get the proper validation or nurturing or support in our childhood, but we have learned how to support and validate ourselves. That's that strength card, that energy, that inner strength, not the 7 of Wands, not being defensive and trying to prove yourself to be right and trying to prove yourself to be worthy and trying to and doing that by projecting onto other people and trying to tear down other people's confidence and their defenses. No, we actually have inner strength. We actually have done the inner work, and that's a lot different than just trying to, compete yourself to the top, compete and improve yourself to be something, and then people actually can see that you're not those things, or you don't even believe this about yourself because you did not do the work, right? So that's pretty much all that I have for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and get to editing because this was really, really, really long. But I thank you guys so much for tuning in. And again, Happy New Year. Let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see more of. If you guys like the channeled messages or more pick-a cards, definitely feel free to comment down below for me. And don't forget to subscribe and like so that you can see more of my content. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for listening. Toodaloo.